So, Guy, where are you?
Well, I'm still in Monrovia, and I've been here for about 7 days, and I've sorted out visas and that sort of thing to get to the next few countries, because one of the big challenges is not traveling, but actually getting the administration right. And visas are a big drama because I'm going through so many countries. And I managed to get the Côte d'Ivoire visa done very easily because they were brilliantly charming and helpful. And because I had some good letters of introduction, I got the Ghana one done as well. So I'm now free to leave this country, because I discovered that if you end up in Côte d'Ivoire, you can't apply for a visa for Ghana in the contiguous country, which is really bizarre. So I had to get that done first. So now I'm ready to go, and I'm pretty much packed up and leaving tomorrow morning very early.
So where were you before Monrovia? Remind me.
I came in from Sierra Leone, where I was spending a lot of time in Freetown, sorting myself out, and getting the truck up and running and making sure everything worked properly, which it now does. And then I took my time coming to a place called Robertsport, which is just over the border inside Liberia, and is one of their tourist sort of locations. And it was a beautiful spot down by the sea, and was one of the spots named after this chap Roberts, who was one of the original settlers in Liberia.
And what have you learned along the way? Have you been spreading the word about Parkinson's, or have you been meeting anybody connected with Parkinson's?
Well, my aim is to try and appear on local radio, well, national radio, in every country I go through, because that's the main medium. Because, of course, I was glibly thinking that television was important, and it's not, because they haven't got televisions. They've all got radios, and not many of them read papers either. So radio is the way to do it. And I've had radio interviews in Sierra Leone, 3 or 4 of them, and I've had 2 so far here in Liberia. But most importantly, I met and interviewed the chief medical officer, who was really taken by the subject, and also the deputy minister for information, whose mother had Parkinson's, and he was fascinated by the story. And hopefully he will be in touch with Omatola Thomas to help set up a hub here for Parkinson's Africa. That's the plan anyway. Whether he does or not is another story, but that's the aim.
So what are you telling them? You're telling them that it needs to be taken more seriously, there needs to be more awareness, or what?
My message is pretty simple, because what I can't, of course, do is I can't provide a solution. I can't provide a cure. I can provide an explanation, and all I'm doing is hoping that as many people hear the following as possible, and that is that it's a straightforward neurological condition caused by lack of dopamine. There's nothing special about it. There's no magic. There's no dramas. It's a straightforward medical issue, and people need to understand that. Because when they understand that, they can recognize they can't catch it. It's not contagious. It doesn't spread. It's a unique thing for an individual, and what they need before they need anything else is care and understanding from those around them. And that's, if we can get that bit right, we're 3/4 of the way there, because a lot of people are just shunned because of the stigma associated with it, and that's what I'm trying to defeat, because that can effectively lead to their death, because they just get abandoned.
And tell us about how you've been coping, because obviously you've had Parkinson's for quite a while. How's it been affecting you on the trip so far?
It's really bizarre. We all say we have good days and bad days, but I've had some extraordinarily bad days where I can't do a thing, and I'm ending up just lying on the floor, wishing that I wasn't here, because well, you know what it's like. It's just really difficult, and it doesn't matter whether you take the pills in the right dosage, but it doesn't seem to make a difference at all. But then suddenly, the next day, I'll be absolutely fine, and people wouldn't guess I've got anything wrong with me at all. It's very odd how it can be so extreme. And today is a good day. Yesterday afternoon was a very good day, as if I didn't have it. Very strange. And it means I can get on and do things, which is perfect.
You can't drive, I suppose, if you have one of those really bad days. You just don't feel up to it.
No, and what I would do when that's happening, that hasn't happened yet. I'll just literally pull over wherever I happen to be, in some village or whatever, pop the roof up on the wagon and clamber upstairs and have a long kip until I feel better. The trick is, of course, to eat properly, which I don't do very well because it's difficult. But to eat and take the pills and just wait for your situation to change. And it does. I have to remember and remind myself that even though I have bad days, I will have a good day the next day or the day after. So I know that it's just a question of waiting through the worst of it.
Right. Well, before you go, just give us a view out of the window, because I know it's fairly spectacular. Let's have a look.
Well, I'm up here on the 2nd floor of what they call the Twin Towers, down on Mamba Point. And Mamba Point is a headland in Monrovia. It's a bit like it is a peninsula, and it's got a single hill on it with a smart hotel which has been abandoned since the war. And you get a wonderful view over Monrovia, which is quite unlike Freetown because it hasn't got many hills. It's relatively flat. The roads are not as busy and chaotic as Freetown, and there seem to be shops of one form or another, which they didn't really have in Freetown either. So you can just about get things, but everything's very expensive here in Monrovia.
Okay, well, yeah, show us your face again, just so I can say goodbye. So now you're preparing to get in the van, the truck, and head for where? Remind me.
I'm going to the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, which of course is French speaking, and luckily I speak some French, and I've got some contacts there. I had a bit of a trial finding people to stay with, but it's amazing when you meet people, they pass you on, and I've described myself as a baton being passed from person to person, and that is the case. And I'm now going to go and stay with a person I've never met before. I've exchanged emails and stay with him in his house. And but to get there, I'm going to go and spend a bit of time in Man, which is the hilly area of Côte d'Ivoire, and meant to be very beautiful. And through the capital, the name which I forget, which is a political capital with wonderful basilicas and huge buildings, before I get down to Abidjan, which is really the main city in Côte d'Ivoire.
Well, good luck, Guy. Keep in touch, and I hope everything goes well for you. I hope you have more good days than bad days.
Well, that's the wish for all of us, of course. Thank you very much, and I hope you're well as well.